I punched the dog on his nose because he was trying to attack my 3-year-old child. As I was walking, my child was riding his little motorcycle next to me. When we turned the corner of the street, I saw a dog. At first, the dog didn't see my son because there was a small wall between them. But I saw the dog looking at me, and I also saw his owner looking at me with big eyes. He looked afraid. It struck me as odd, but I didn't think much of it. Then I saw the owner slowly walking towards the dog from behind, clearly trying to grab him. But it was already too late. The dog suddenly saw my son, started barking, and ran towards him. Out of shock and fear, I said out loud, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim." Then I yelled at the dog to go away. The dog seemed confused and ran back to his owner. In that moment, I quickly looked around to see if I could find something to scare him away. But there was nothing. That's when I knew, if this dog tries to attack again, I will have to fight him myself. The owner apologized and grabbed his dog. But the dog wrestled himself free and started running towards us again. This time, he was aiming straight at my son. I made myself as big as I could and roared at the dog. I stepped in front of my child and smacked the dog right on his nose with my foot as hard as I could. I can still feel my foot hitting his mouth, right between his teeth. For a moment, I thought he was going to bite me. But after the kick, the dog looked dizzy and confused and ran back to his owner. The owner kept apologizing, but I kept yelling at him to keep his dog on a leash, or the dog would get another punch on his nose. What amazed me the most was my son. He was completely calm. He seemed so unbothered. He just kept riding his little motorcycle like nothing happened. In that moment, I was convinced that Allah was protecting him, because normally he is afraid of dogs, just like me. And that brought me back to a childhood trauma. When I was about 5 years old, I was walking home from school with my sister. As we entered our street, our neighbor's dog suddenly went wild. He started barking loudly. When he saw us, he ran towards us and tried to attack. But out of fear, I froze. My older sister started running. The dog chased her and bit her in the leg. My father saw everything from the window, but didn't know what to do. Out of desperation, he threw a plant at the dog's head and started yelling at the neighbor. But the woman just stood there. She didn't do anything to stop her dog. Out of fear, I cried so hard, and I never forget that moment. But experiencing something similar today taught me something powerful. There comes a moment in life when you are forced to transform fear into anger, so you are able to fight. Because when it comes to your children, it is your duty to protect them. You cannot afford to be afraid. Today, I felt fear, but I chose anger. I accepted that the dog might attack me, because I would do anything in my power to protect my child, even if it means risking my own life. I'm always prepared for that. Later at home, my son retold the story. He said, "The dog said woof woof, but Mama was Dino. Mama roar." And honestly, at that moment, I really felt like a dragon, which makes me my baby's hero. Alhamdulillah. Because I know at that moment it was Allah, the one who protected us.